Hey everybody, Brian the Wild Armenian, rat ride carport builder, mechanic, real estate investor, whatever you want to call me. Don't call me late for lunch. And it's a February day. Gotta remember what day it is. Is it a Wednesday? Yeah, it's Wednesday. That's what's when retirement. I have to remind myself what day it is, or have to look for it, to look at my phone and go to the calendar and all that, which I'm not complaining. But oddly enough, I was thinking on this video. Anyway, little disclaimer: I'm not a licensed CPA or I'm not a real estate broker. I'm a real estate investor, personal real estate investor. Let me just clear that up, And I'm a guy that just shares experience, strength, and hope, and that's all I try to do. And hopefully, if I can help somebody, great. If I can't, hey. If not, what I do, I just ramble along. That right behind me is one of my old parts truck for that one back there, the sky blue one. They call it Pacific Blue paint. But eventually I'm going to move that. We're going to walk over because I'm going to get to a point where I'm going to put that somewhere else. I'm going to put it over. I got a 40-foot cube shipping container. We're going to walk over there and I'm going to see where I'm going to park it next to another old junker I have. But yeah, the presence of this video is about retirement. And I thought about it. I heard a song from John Mellencamp the other day, and it got me to thinking verse about it, Jack and Diane. And life goes on long after the living is gone, the thrill of living is gone, I mean to say. And I got to thinking about my own self, about in retirement. It seems like when I first retired last year, I was ready to hit the door. And matter of fact, let me back up the cart. Before I retired, I thought of all these grandiose ideas. I was going to do this and I was going to do that. And I even chopped down some trees here. I'm going to show you a little area. I was going to build a big shop. And I had the electrician out here and I had a bunch of people kind of giving me estimates, and that didn't scare me off, but it's just the work that scared me off. But here's the area here, and this is where I'm going to park that junker truck. And I cleared all this off and had a skid steer. A friend of mine, Chris, he had his little skid steer, and he dug out and put some dirt here and had this all leveled out here. And there's one of the trucks that I took the cab off of, and that's what's pieces and parts I've used off of this truck. And that's where I'm going to park that when I just showed you back there. But anyway, and I was going to have a shop built here. I was going to build a shop. And I was going to build it off the shipping container. All these big grand plans. And so I got a lot of area here to put my junk back here, and this is where I'm eventually going to put my junk. I got old camper and all that like that here. I'm going to put it over here, kind of make it look good. So this is going to be my little junkyard, or I put junk until I call the scrap man up, tell him come get it. But and that's before I retired, and that was 2 years before I retired, and I was going to do this, build this shop. Well, got to thinking, plans change, and like I said, it wasn't the money, it was just the seems like a lot of work, and why do I want to shop? I've been a mechanic all my life, I thought about that. Why do I want to keep doing that? If I'm retiring, I'm retiring. Why do I want a concrete floor? I mean, and I really thought hard about it. Oh, it'd be nice, I could have toys in there, but I don't know. There's this guy on YouTube. He's got Vice Script Garage. I like the guy, and Derek is his name. And I used to watch his videos a lot because he'd be out in the element, in the rain or whatever. He'd fix up an old car in one state and drive it all the way, a clunker. And I like that. Now it seems like he's got a shop, and it's kind of like boring to me. I like the idea of being outside. That's what I mean. Nothing against the guy. I mean, I like his videos. Don't get me wrong. But, I was so cooped up in a shop for so many years. Um, I don't, that's the last thing I want to do because I was a mechanic. Now, if I was a baker and, or worked behind a desk, you know, in a high rise somewhere, and I wanted to have a shop in my retirement and work on, then I could see that, you know. But being a mechanic, I don't know. And maybe there's other mechanics don't feel the same way I do. There's some of them I know don't even want to mess with cars. I'm serious. Some mechanics that are retired, they don't even want to do even what I'm doing, you know, tinker with the old truck. But here's another thing. So, excuse me. Excuse me. When I retired last year, about this time, we started the garden. If I don't know, I made videos about it. And here's my blueberry plants. It looks like they're struggling along. Yeah, there's life a little bit. I don't know. If we get blueberries out of that bunch there, we'll be doing good. And then my pineapple, they didn't take the frost this year too good. Looks like they're struggling. But there you go. I was all gung-ho about the old garden here, and so there you go. You know, I got retired, and I got the tiller out here, and I did this and that, and some of my grandiose ideas, you know. And I'm kind of like now, it's like, and it's funny, you know. We keep talking about building. I don't know. Instead of building them on, planting them on the ground, we're going to build boxes above the ground, and that's probably a smart way to, especially here in Florida, where I'm at. But yeah, you know, these old ideas, and that was newly, you know, I hit the gate running, you know, once I retired, and I went to the gym every day, you know, or every other day, and I don't do that anymore, and I'm not getting slouched and old chubby and everything. It's just I stay busy, like I said, working on that old truck, and it just seems like there's not enough. This seems like there's not enough hours in a day for me, you know. And sometimes I'm busy doing nothing, but it's crazy. And I always wonder, how in the heck did I ever have time to work? And but I know why, because it takes me longer to do things. Yeah. But yeah, I thought about that song. Like I said, you know, life goes on long after the thrill of living is gone. Well, life goes on long after the thrill of being retired. And I'm not knocking retirement. I'm not trying to down it, or you know, there's nothing wrong with it. By all means, nothing wrong with it at all. I mean, what is today again? Wednesday, right? And I don't know what time it is. It's actually, I woke up earlier this morning, but got up and going. But it's like 9 o'clock. I don't have to be at work. You know, don't have to report. Even when I was working for myself, I don't have to go chase the dollar, you know, and that's neat. You know, that's what's being retired. My hands are sore. You know, I wake up, I got good old arthritis, and that's why I got to retire. You know, and that's okay. You know, it's okay. So life is good. It really is. And I don't think I've had a really depressed moment being retired. I mean, on rainy days or on some of those cold mornings, that's kind of depressing because, you know, I like to go outside and do things, and but, you know, I seem to get through it. All I got to do, if I start getting depressed or bummed out, all I got to do is start making like a little gratitude list and going, you know what, I don't have to go to work this morning. I don't have to deal with people's attitudes, you know. I don't know if some of y'all had to deal with people, you know, that when you worked at places, you know, some people on medications, and then they forget to take their medication, then they become rotten people. I mean, you know, it's hard to, I don't have to deal with that today, you know. I got way over there, I can shut the gate, come up the drive, you know, and I don't have to put up with people, you know, if I don't have to. And that's what's good. And I just think of that, and that's gratitude. I'm grateful, really, you know. Sometimes you got to count your blessings, no matter where you're at. And you young people, too, you're still working, you know, just like I always say, I'm going to be like a broken record. You know, I'm sorry about that, but I'm just going to tell you, you know, try to get out of debt, you know. Pay off those credit cards, start socking some money away, learn to be frugal, build a budget, you know, and that's it too. Build a budget, And so you can retire. You can retire. Well, dummy like me can do it. You can do it. And I don't know. And here's my little area here now. I've decided this was another shop. I got all these. I started this one years ago, and I get the concrete poured, and I said, nah. I got my lean-to here, and I got all my old truck parts in here and stuff like that. Here's a chassis I was going to build, about 12 years ago. I got to get the leaf blower out here and blow some of these leaves off. But now I call this my antique area just to meditate. And I sit out here and a lot of times just listen to the birds and just look at my stuff here. And I call it my old antique gas station area here. So, yeah, and that's okay. That's all right. It's a little meditation area for me. Meditation and relax, be calm, be with one, So it's always good to meditate too and pray, and be grateful for what I got instead of what I could have got. I'm a cancer survivor, and one day at a time with the good Lord's help, I've beat cancer, and so I gotta. If I have a bad day, I have to get out the old gratitude list and be grateful for what I have. And so with that, you know what? I've rambled long enough. I really appreciate y'all watching my video, really do. Please like and subscribe, and pass it on, share my video. But there's a lot of things important today. My Lord Jesus Christ, my wife, my children, love them. My friends, my country, yes, and you folks all in, Canada and Europe and Australia, guys, keep it up. You guys are all good, and you folks, please, by all means, take good care of yourself. Bye.